past summer for St. Bonaventure Athletics was not only a busy one, but a loud one. Sound of construction was a constant thanks to over a dozen athletic facility enhancements. Handler Park at McGraw Jennings Field now has a new seating area, soon to be new press box, and a soon to be new infield. The men's basketball team will have new locker rooms in the Riley Center, and the tennis team will have new tennis courts to play on. These projects are just to name a few.
We started beginning the planning last fall. We walked the building, I can't tell you how many times, and every time we walked the building, we came up with a different iteration of what it would look like. And then finally, I'd say in April, we probably made our final master adjustment and then said, hey, this is where we're at. Let's start to execute as soon as graduation.
I think we want to thank Michael and Christine Hickey for their donation and everything to get this project rolling. And I think that's been the key. But we're looking forward to trying to host some events here, maybe run some camps here. I mean, along with the indoor courts, we have a perfect setup, so we do have bad weather, we can just slide out to the indoor courts. And I also think it's going to help the tennis community here. Bonaventure students can use it. Definitely there's people in town here that want nice courts to play on. So they'll be out here, I'm sure.
I think it shows progress, right? Like, you can sell to a recruit that the program's getting better. We've increased our wins the last 3 years. The talent level's getting better. But when you have the resources to get better, I think it shows recruits that we are investing in the baseball program. And it's a big factor for sure. And it's helped us put it.
Thanks to the hard work over the summer, many of the projects are on time and expected to be finished by this November.
We feel like baseball will get completed early October. The tennis courts, the complex over there, we feel like November. Within the RC, we're close to the finish line on a lot of these projects. By November, we're hopeful that 95% of the work is done, but I think it's going to address all of our athletic teams, not just one or two of our teams. I think all of our student athletes, all of our sport programs will be represented and feel really good about the things that we're doing.
The planning stages of these renovations, a major point of emphasis from the athletic administration was maximizing resources and space.
We looked at the building and looked where we could find efficiencies, and I think we did a really good job of moving areas of need and meeting areas of need, and we're in the process of finishing a lot of that off. But one move usually caused another one, and there were domino effects that took place. But I think you go into a project that expecting the unexpected to happen, then you just have to be agile enough to adapt and make decisions on the fly. And I felt like every decision that we made, we always put the health, safety, and welfare, and then the student athlete experience at the forefront.
For the athletic department, getting each team its own locker room was critical. With the recent renovations, that is now a reality.
I reflect back on my time here. The locker room that baseball was using now was the same locker room that I used back here when I was playing at St. Bonaventure and sharing a locker room. And I remember how that felt. It didn't feel great having to move in, move out. It didn't feel like it was a priority. And it's very important to me that all 400 student athletes here feel like they're a priority, whether they play for the basketball team or they're running track and field and cross country. We want all of our student athletes to have a championship experience while they're here, whether they win a championship or not. But the most basic element of that to me was a locker room. Have a locker room, whether you're in season or not, you're training. You need a place to be able to go and call your own and have a locker and be able to change and not have to vacate that space. So that was really important to me.
Not only will these recent projects appeal to the eye, but they will also provide advantages of recruiting and on the playing surface.
Facilities still matter, there's no question. I meet with recruits all the time. Met with one just a few minutes ago, and we talked about our facility. In that case, it was a sport of softball, and our facility there is one of the newer facilities that we have. I think it compares favorably with any in the Atlantic 10. Facilities matter. That's why the Athletic Performance Center is so important to us. That'll be transformational, and there's more, right? We're talking. We know the Reds need to be addressed, and it's something that we're hoping that we can partner with the university here maybe next summer and take a look at that and see what we can do there. We looked at the student experience at basketball games, and we want to make it as easy as possible for them to come and be that rowdy wolf pack that we feel is one of the best student sections in the country.
It's just going to give you different options that really weren't there in the past, right? It was basically you had to fill the hill or find a lawn chair, where now you're going to have some different options. You can kind of go the more traditional route, where you can have the more modern, updated seating options. So it's going to give them a better experience and a better opportunity to watch the games from different perspectives.
The major reinvestment from the athletic department into the baseball program is monumental to the players and staff.
So I think having a vision and seeing that kind of come together is exciting for the guys to know that they were here for the beginning of this project and something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.